Okay, this is a session I'm going to do for you guys, like a mini, thing, what I'm working on this weekend. My business coach and my higher power, my teacher, Sri Nityananda, revealed a new concept called Paramashivattuva this weekend. And he calls it I. Paramashiva as I. And so that's the spiritual aspect. The other thing is, I'm entering a program with Rhode Island, a spa to do panchakarma or colon hydrotherapy, and that I'll be starting in September. That's another thing I started doing. And so my throat, my voice has started changing in health. So I finally, last week, I decided to do voice mapping to profile what is a toxin. But that's just like when you have sore throat, the voice changes. So I have a way with a software. My teacher for that is Sherry Edwards, who I'm training with. I trained already, but she asked us to call ourselves Bioacoustic Research Associate. I'm a bara with her. So when I tested myself, I'm going to share my screen so you would see what I saw. I'm going to say share screen. So you could see, right, like I was positive of lithium bromide, and it's a sedative, H. pylori, and all the other things doesn't matter. And I'm going to bring you guys back. Say stop share. The reason it's important is whenever you have metallic toxins, it binds to the bacteria and it creates like a campsite. That's what I tell my patients. So you could see the issue was lithium, and I was wondering where it's coming from, whether it's iPhone or my teacher gave us like an iPad. But then I was looking at what I was doing. I was wiped up last week, so I was getting exhausted, and I was doing adrenal cleanse. I'm on a ketogenic diet because as a nirahari, I'm not like complete nirahari, but I'm striving towards that. And so my diet pattern is very, very different. So I eliminated like most of the sugar products, and then I'm trying to grow my mushroom farm, so I'd eventually be able to use mushrooms and different type of diet. So because of that, I have a ketogenic profile. When I tested myself, it looked like I had issues because of the ketogenic diet, genetic issue, processing pyrols. So that's one thing I need to be conscious of. And my voice getting deeper, it is not a big concern, but I was getting sedated. And so it's not exactly exhaustion. It's like not having the energy to do. Like I was getting very tamasic. In India, they call it tamasic energy, like not having drive to do much. Lithium is a medication they give for severe manic depression and stuff. So I was thinking, how am I getting the meds from? And it could be water source. It could be poisoning from so many other sources. But I think when I did the adrenal formula, I found it a plant-based lithium. So I think it compounded it and altered my voice so I could pick it up early. The remedy is very, very simple. So to go back to what I am integrated to, I made a pact to be the greatest healer in the world. So to comply with that, of course, I need to understand what the problem was. So sometimes I use my own body to experiment. So lithium, now that I understood the source, I said, okay, what's the remedy? And it's so simple. Actually, my teacher also says, even Tirukural says that we are unava arundi, meaning we are asked always to drink our food, which means almost like non-chewy, watery food. That way we don't show aggression. And I didn't realize there was a connection to integrity being Paramashiva. The Paramashiva Itwa, whenever I say Twa, which means to be a unit. So we become unit of that which is inspirational. Parama Shiva. Shiva is inspirational. Otherwise, if you don't have inspiration, you are Shava, which is dead, right? Dead space. So Paramashiva's ultimate inspirational space. So I'm being the unit of that. So what is the inspiration this week? My inspiration is to understand what is going on with the world, toxins wise and stuff. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to pursue how to get rid of it. There are many ways you can get rid of it. First is to do a clay drink that pulls the toxins, but that is right when you're eating, but you don't even know if you've consumed the lithium. What is the next step? Next step is you can do a modified citrus pectin and a protease cleanse. The third one is just use sadirtham. That's what they say in India. Since we are from South, and I was raised by a Brahmin family, and sadam means rice. And Brahmins usually or traditionally considered cooks, and they sent me a protocol today. And because they are teachers and nourishers. And let me read what the protocol says. I mean, this might not be connected, but I think it might make sense to some of you guys because they're going to comply with food. And so the food, I think I'm getting somebody to come in and I'm going to wrap up quickly. So the food, the order is 3 golden rule is Neer koruki, warm water, nei uruki, give more periki, buttermilk diet. Hey, I'm recording. No, you can sit. You can sit. Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to wrap up. So the remedy, because I was saying I did my voice mapping and I'm poisoned with lithium toxins. So I'm like recording the remedy for that. The remedy for that is they call it paraya sadam, meaning old cooked rice. Instead of throwing, you put it in the water and let it soak for 2 weeks. That becomes ethylene, like grain alcohol. It will become grain alcohol. Then you'll use kefir. Have you heard about kefir? Buttermilk. So you would add kefir, little ginger, pepper, lemon juice, and then asafoetida powder, salt. And then when you drink it, you will, it has a very strong buttermilky smell. It's kind of a weird smell. So this is the remedy to cure the lithium poison, because I was getting very sedated last week. I couldn't, I was falling asleep. One night when I was driving very late, the cop pulled me over. He said I was not staying in lane. I was finishing very late. I said, I'm exhausted. But the problem is it's going to be a safety concern and stuff. So then I feel my voice is normalizing already. I used to sing a song I'm going to just, because I'm recording. You want to bring them in here? Hey, you can leave it there. There is another pillar. You can leave it there. So the song I'm going to wrap up is called, it's like for, because in India only 2 things are important. That is being in harmony with the water. Because if you're not in harmony with the water, they said there is no abundance. Like water flows, that's why there'll be drought and so water holds the wisdom. So celebrating water every day is important. That's why you need to have water in your buckets, and they greet it. Even aquarium is considered a holder of water, water pitcher. And so abundance is connoted with the water. And so they celebrate literally water in India. And the way they celebrate is they'll put like a pot with, and then they will put a coconut on top and it's surrounded by mango leaves. And that's why when Indians greet each other, they will use like a hand sign as though it's like curved, not flat. because you are saying to God, let me be of the hand of you to service what you envision to see in me, in you. So they call it kumbh. Kumbh Sami means I bow and celebrate the God in you. That's the way they greet each other. So like the welcome here, it doesn't make sense in India. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is the word as vibration. What we tell others, we need to stand by that truth, because not only they are listening, you are listening. So you validate who you stand for. And they always say it in a form of a song in India. They sing it. So I'm going to sing it and I'll translate. And it's called ஆரென்றும் நதி என்றும் ஓடை என்றாலும் அது நீரோடும் பாதை தன்னை குறிக்கும். The reason is whether it's called a creek or river or like meadow, it is the same body of water. Mm-hmm. And body of water, it's considered body of knowledge, right? So wisdom is held with the waters, and we are 72% body water. Mm-hmm. So it holds that wisdom. And the second part of the song, and the reason I'm singing is I could see the alteration in my voice, because this type of pitch, I couldn't do it before. It'd be very rough and I would have to breathe in between. So that's also I'm validating. So the second part she says is, Nitam ur mari, per mari, கருமாறி ஒரு மாறி ஒன்றே ஓம் சக்தியன உரைக்கும். So already I am running out of medicine, right? You could see the breathing. So நித்தம் ஊர் மாறி, I changed my city. பேர் மாறி, I changed my name. கருமாறி, I changed the womb I was born with. Urumari, I changed the form I am at. Ondri Om Shaktiyana. Ultimately, I'm the same force that does the service for unit of God. Mm. So which means what? Me as you, me as Vasu, you as Brit, me born for a different mother, you as born as a different mother. I was born in India, you in America. Eventually, we are all this unit force of God. Mm-hmm. So it's like a huge validation in addition. So my teacher asked me this week to understand, what do I stand for? Do soul searching. And I said, I stand for people to be home in their body. Because I feel at home. Are you at home? That's all. So that's all I wanted to wrap up for, because it doesn't matter what faith it is. It doesn't matter what we eat. It doesn't matter what we do. If we do the right thing, we are going to be in the right